Hi everyone. We have Alex here from
Hey
um,
guys.
hey, XD Mini Hacks, XD
Yeah.
Hacks Mini, and I'm here from HackACode. So there are like two hackathons running right now. So how many of you are from XD Hacks? How many of you are from HackACode? Please put in your comments. And Alex, why don't you start by telling about yourself and telling about XD Hacks as well?
The XD hacks has been going quite well. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of submissions, so it's pretty good. And they're gonna pitch their projects probably like in a few minutes. So we'll see which one is the best, I guess, that comes out after.
Awesome. There is a kind of like what judgment day going on there. The same way, HackerCode is actually happening in India. So in Indian Standard Time, it's almost 9:30 right now, and people are like very busy in the same thing. Like they are submitting all their hacks, and they are looking forward to win cool prizes and other things. So things are happening that way as well. So yeah, I believe it's kind of like a stressful tension kind of a scenario going on right now, which is interesting. Cool. So now let's have a quick look at like obviously all work and no play will become people will become dull. So I thought like why don't we kind of like divert people and then get them to learn something totally new, like using Node.js or something like that. So that was the idea. And let's see how many of you are here. Hey, can everyone just put down on the live chat which hackathon you're coming from, HackerCode or XD Hacks? Come on, folks. Okay, so we have a first person, Sudhir, excited for Node.js. So go on, Alex. Tell me about your experience with Node.js and what exactly are you working on? And then I'll give a quick intro about myself as well.
Personally, I don't have much experience in this field. I started programming for, I actually studied artificial intelligence, which is like not really this field. So yeah, I'm pretty new to this. I'm pretty excited. It sounds pretty fun and it's pretty interesting. Maybe it might get me in this field more. We'll just have to see. Yeah.
I believe I have the power to like brainwash you to
maybe. Maybe
I still respect that Python is one of the top languages, no doubts about it. But at the same time, yeah, JavaScript is awesome, man.
Yeah, I should like JavaScript.
So to say about myself, I'm Praveen Kumar. I'm originally from Chennai, India. Currently living and working as a full stack JavaScript specialist in React and Node.js in London, United Kingdom, working for one of the top two banks in the UK. So most of the times I try to architect the solution and directly make my hands dirty on creating the whole. So if I want to show something, like I don't draw and show, I just make it and show them, okay, see, here's a POC. Why don't we like, scale it up on, let's say Kubernetes or something like that and make it huge. So that's exactly what I do generally. And even proposing a small thing, I just kind of like code myself. So that's what I do. Okay, I keep saying that I'm a full stack developer, right? So what is a full stack developer who doesn't have a website? So let me share my screen. I hope it works. Oh, can everyone see my screen?
I can.
So this is Praveen.science. That is my website. It says I'm a cat lover, cook, mentor. It shows all the different roles that I play. And in simple terms, I would request every one of you who is a developer or to market yourself, just make sure you create a simple portfolio like what I have created. It's just like, hi, I'm Praveen Kumar with a nice background. And I've got like a couple of social links. And here's my about me, a small simple paragraphs, and here's my skills profile, an old useless picture of mine that doesn't even resemble me. And if you want to hire me, yes, it goes directly to my LinkedIn profile. Oh yeah, I do have my YouTube channel. That's where you are all looking at the contents, and this is the link here. And for people who do not have experience, you can completely skip this section. But instead, just try to put something on the education part, where I already copied everything from my university brochure. So that's easier way to do things. Made up numbers. So if you want to make it up, go ahead, make it up. And then this is something very important which I wanted to tell everyone. So even if you do any simple thing like a hello world application, please try to flaunt it in your social network, your Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you want to put, because this will give you an idea about how you have developed over time. So this was done 2010, this is 2011, and this is 2012. So these are my first 3 projects which are publicly available right now. I don't have any other projects that are there. But if you compare them with my recent projects, these are not recent, but still they are kind of pretty decent. So you can see how they have actually become more matured, and they look really good. So you can actually see yourself grow. So that gives you a super huge confidence. So make sure you just flaunt yourself. This is something which I would advise everyone right now. And apart from this, yes, here's there's one more thing which I wanted to say is everyone learns something new. So please go ahead, write them down and share it with others. I know not everyone will be comfortable like me to show your face and make a video out of it, but try to at least write something so that this will also help you in your written communication skills, which is very important in your career. And apart from these things, here's what people talk behind my back, and this is a way for you to talk behind my back. That's about my simple portfolio. And so this is something which I wanted to tell everyone. And with that, shall we think about a good idea? We should be doing something on Node.js, right? So what shall we do? Let's think of a quick idea and then try to create something within as much as possible, less time, and then it should be workable and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, did I say that people here who are going to help me, you'll be having a nice surprise. So we have got Sudhir, we have Sasi, Praveen, Pratibha, Vinith. Nice. Already we have a question. Vinith Gupta, how important is Kubernetes? Actually, it is pretty. A lot of people have started using Kubernetes because it is very easy in deploying things and getting it up and running. So for example, you have a local development environment and you have a server development environment. So there are two things, and you want to have the same kind of a mission, and all you do is a virtualization mission, right? So this is really right now, this particular skill is being a lot needed in this industry right now. And Sasi, to answer your question, definitely no. I have had my fair share of nightmares on configuring K8 clusters, and every time when I do something will break. That's what we are for, right? Developers are the ones who are breakers, and and unfortunately nothing have worked out for me, and I kind of lost interest in Docker and Kubernetes. Their configuration is also pretty difficult. So I thought, okay, that's not my cup of tea. I'm a Vagrant person, so I'll be happily using Vagrant and deploy things on Vagrant and then mess up with the server. That's a different story altogether. But Vagrant is one of the competitors of Docker. So Docker is containerization technique. Vagrant is virtualization technique. So that's the difference between both of them. So there you go. And thanks for this hacker vibe comment. I really feel good about it. Cool. So Alex or someone from the chat, please, let's start with some kind of an API. What would be the best API that we can create on ourselves? It should not be something that requires another data from external data, but instead we should be able to do something on our own. Is there anything that you could, something that doesn't use a database, or maybe let it use a database, but it should not use any authentication, so that let's keep things simple and then show people how easy it is to build a API system using Node.js.
Any suggestions in the chat? Oh.
Any volunteers? Sometimes YouTube kills my stream, so most of the people leave immediately. So please go ahead and refresh the stream so that it is working perfectly fine from my end. I hope that's the same with Alex as well. Oh, that's a cool idea. Look at that. Vinith Gupta has a awesome idea called URL shortener. That's nice, right?
Yeah.
I guess we can go with that. Really.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. But let's think about the concept, or what should we do, or something like that. So first thing is, I'm gonna let me think about an IDE that I'll be using. And how many of you are here for swags? Some nice, awesome swags. Please make some noise.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are other ideas as well. So from Pratibha, it's API to tell facts about this hackathon. Actually, that is also good. Like, it doesn't use any database or something like that, which is cool. There is no interaction available in that. And we have news API or something like weather data. So this is what I said. We should not be depending on the external data. So sorry, man, that is something which is gonna be out of context here. So I'm actually planning to go with these two APIs, one by Vinith and one by Pratibha. So the URL shortener plus facts about a hackathon, right? So anyway, we have got two people here. So we have got we can try to create a couple of facts from your side, Alex, for XD Hacks, XD Mini, XD Hacks Mini, and I'll try to get some facts about HackACode 2021 as well. So that way we can kind of like build some kind of a data structure, not a data structure, sorry, I hate the word, a database kind of a thing, like a local database, a in-memory database, and then let's do that. So I'm planning to use a web IDE here. So how many of you are familiar with REPL IT or Replit? So this is really awesome. So I'm planning to use this one. Let me see if I can log in with my username and password. Okay, cool. I've got my, okay, let me join the waitlist. Oh, they're asking to, that's fine. So now I'm going to use this Node.js, create a Node.js application or something like that. So anyone can view and fork this REPL. So I'm going to create a public REPL, and let's think of a nice name. Actually, this name itself is looking good. Shadowy Sane Attributes. What do you think, everyone? We'll just use the same name. And so the moment you click on create REPL, it is going to give you a kind of like, I know it's a light interface, which is not as good as a dark interface. I really love the nice interface of React.new. So if you open that one, it's going to give you the whole complete working Monokai version of Visual Studio Code here. So this is actually Visual Studio Code. So if you see this is, to be honest, this is exactly a Visual Studio Code. And everyone knows that Visual Studio Code is just a runner in HTML, right? It is just made out of HTML and CSS. Okay, I'll say my password out louder. It's password at 123. I hope that was loud and clear. Okay, cool. There are some examples as well. So there is a Express server. That is what we are gonna do now. I'm just planning to use the Express server. So all you need to do is just use a first line of code is obviously like importing the library. So we'll be using Express library. So this is Express library. And then the way you create an object for a class is, for example, the library, you need to instantiate the library, right? So you just need to run the function and get the return value here. So that's what is there in the second line. And then you just need to add a get path, a route, and then send something outside. You have request and response as a Lambda function. This is a callback function that you can do. And finally, you listen the server to one of the ports. Generally, we listen it to 3000 so that we will be able to get it here. So there are also cryptocurrencies. There is also Hello World application. There is some buffer reading thing, asserting this. I guess this is something related to unit testing. So let's go with the server Express. I would have actually done this. I would have done this before, but anyway, so let's go ahead. And you also have the access to the shell as well. So we can even use our own package managers here. So these are a couple of nice features of Replit. And yes, for people who are extremely interactive, you're going to get some nice, awesome goodies from me, part of HackACode 2021. Okay, so what we are going to do is I'm going to put res.json. JSON is going to be giving the correct proper headers, and then it's going to send the, like string output. So hello XD hacks plus HackACode 2021. And we are listening in port 3000. So if I click on the run, it's automatically gonna install all the things for us. So let's wait for it. So it gives us an API call, API response. So I can use something like Postman here. And so this is how Postman loads. So let's see if we get the get URL here and then send it. We will be able to receive the response here. So this is perfect, right? So this is exactly what we wanted. And here's a console.log started, but I don't understand why exactly this whole thing came in. We did not log anything other than this, which is interesting. So if I refresh this page, yep, nothing happens. All right. So the first thing is about the facts, right? So Alex, give me some facts about our hackathon, like XD hacks. And I'm also gonna look at the other messages from the chat.
Yeah, like facts, like just any facts. Right. So we have over 230 participants in high school. And
okay, wait a minute. I'll just note down everything. So facts. So this is going to be like for Python people, this is going to be a dictionary. And for us, JavaScript, it is an array and objects. So let's start with XD hacks. Okay, what is it? What is the first fact?
230 participants. And
okay, so I'm gonna add one more thing for my. So whenever you tell one fact, I'm gonna tell one fact of ours. So HackACode is just a small change, 320 plus participants.
Okay. Our event's 3 days long. 3 day long.
Okay, so XD hack is a 3 day long hackathon. Shall we make it as like what is it? 24 or 72 hours, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's make it a 72-hour hackathon. And this is like 48 hours. weekend hackathon. Right. Okay.
Yep.
Another fact.
I believe there's more than 25 teams. Not exact, just 25 teams. I have no idea the exact number, but 25 plus teams.
We have got 30 plus submissions so far.
Oh yeah, you can just put 25 teams too. Yeah, I mean submissions. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one.
We ran. Give me a second. I mean, we have 1,800 followers on Instagram.
Oh my God, we are losing in that area. 1,800 followers. Instagram. That's super cool. We have got 10 followers.
Oh. Maybe get us to shout you guys out or something.
This is the first time I'm even doing something like this. So yeah, it starts with the failure, right? So maybe like that.
It's always failure and then success.
Yeah. It's just a stepping stone for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one. Let's finish it off here. And yes, Sasi, this is VS Code is built out of Electron and it is using HTML and CSS for everything. And I guess it is also built up on top of TypeScript, which Eddie will find it happier. Hey, Zachary says midnight games. Okay, what about games in your hackathon?
Games? I'm not quite sure about the games department, but we held mini games on, and we also had we had a movie night and also a bunch of workshops.
And one workshop is this?
Yeah, this is one of the workshops.
Okay, bunch of workshops will have it as the next fact, but something entertainment, please.
Entertainment.
Okay. As lots of movie nights.
A movie night.
We had treasure hunts, and one fun fact is like 5 plus webinars live streamed today, just today. Anything else? Yeah, you said like bunch of lightning talks.
Yeah.
Cool. So this can be considered as one of the one huge array of facts, and we can have something like let's use a get method to get a random fact, and we can have two things. Okay, so one is the facts and one is a fact. So for here, what we can do is we can quickly send facts, and for this one, this is where we will be able to, like, we are supposed to do something nice and quick. So facts, and I need to get a random number here. So the simple way is like math.random. So math.random, the problem is it is going to give you a number which is between 0 and 1 inclusive, but it would be like how do I say? It's a decimal number. So how do I make it between 0 and facts of n minus 1? Any guesses? When it says I could use one shout out to for JSDCAF. JSDCAF. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this gives me 0 to 1, right? So if it is 0 multiplied by n, it will give me 0. And 1 multiplied by n will give me n. Anything between these two will give me 0 to n, right? So this is the technique that we are going to use now. So what I'm going to do now is I'll use math.random star facts.length. So the problem here is this will not be an integer. So we'll be using math.floor so that 0 is also included in this. Now, if I save this and try to use, let's say, /fact, we will also do one more thing. We could do console.log. All right. So let's guess the number here as well. So this is going to be the fact ID. There is only very less number of facts, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 0 to 11 will be the numbers, okay? So out of 0 to 11, you have to guess one number, okay? And whoever guesses the right, you'll be getting something nice. There is a surprise. How does this sound? Anyone up? Okay, math.random facts.length -1 dot to fix at 0. Okay, that's a good way. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice one. Thanks, actually. Okay, so when it says 6, anyone else ready to guess something? What about you, Alex? You want to guess something?
I would say 4.
Okay, 4. Alex is 4. Okay, cool. So we've got this one here, /fact. Everyone ready? Everyone ready with your guesses? Okay, there are only 2 people. Alex, 4. Vinith, 6. Okay, let's send it if any one of you gets it. Oh, cannot get fact. That's interesting. So one thing with Node.js is I have to stop and restart. So let's try again. Okay, so same numbers. Okay, Sudhir joined us.
Someone said 3 in the chat.
Exactly. Sudhir joined us for 3. So Sudhir 3, Alex 4, Vinith 6. Let me take 8 or 9. 9. Okay, fine. Yep. Sure. So let's go ahead, hit the send button, and then we got 72-hour long hackathon. The number is 2. That was a failure. So no one won that, and that's super cool. But okay, cool. So let's go ahead. Let's look into the. So we have quickly implemented something simple, and the same way, if you try to run the code again, so it says HackACode 30+ project submissions. So that is number 5. Okay. If you see here, this was a 1/12th chance of getting correct, right? So it is very minimal. Let's do a 1/2 of chance of getting correct. Okay. So what would be the next fact coming as? Is it going to be XD hacks or is it going to be HackACode? Okay, I'll go for HackACode. And you, Alex?
XD hacks, obviously.
Okay, others.
Yep.
Which one? XD hack or HackACode? Okay, so Vinith says XD hacks. Anyone? So this is going to be interesting. Right. Let's see. I'm going to hit the send button. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo!
Oh.
I won.
Yeah.
Anyone from the audience? Okay, so Sudhir won this time. So I guess we have got our first winner as Sudhir. Sudhir, message me on LinkedIn. You have something special. Okay, cool. So this way we can create a very simple fact-telling mission in a quicker way. So the next thing which we are going to do is the URL stuff. Okay, so let's try to create a URL hash. So my idea is to use a CRC32 hash or MD5 hash. I guess MD5 is easier in JavaScript. So all we are going to do is like, this is one of the fastest implementation of MD5 as well. So we have got JKM3 and other things. Then we do have the crypto.js library too. So maybe we can use the crypto.js. So let's, okay. OJS, okay, MD5 node. Okay, we already have Node.js, but do we have anything without relying on a third party? We still need to have a crypto module. Okay, crypto module is like actually a native one. So let's try to use this one. Cool. So this is interesting. So app dot, we will be using a post data. Shall we use get for now? Let's use get slash URL. And let's use a request response here. So since we are all in a hackathon mode, whatever I'm doing right now is also a hackathon thing. So it's not something that is properly implemented. So it is completely fine for a hackathon material. So that's the reason I'm doing this. Let me stop this one. And so let's get this crypto on top here. So here's the hash. So here's the string that it is going to use. So which means it is going to take this URL. So we will be getting the request parameters, request dot query dot URL, and then the digest will be hex. So let's do rest.json hash. I'm not sure what is it gonna bring to us, but let's try it out. So it needs to run this URL with URL as the query string. So before that, we also need to do one more thing. Let's try to do URL comma hash so that we will be able to see that, okay, so this for this URL, this is the hash it is providing. And so if I put URL here, and then I can use a query parameters here. So URL is, let's go with mine. Okay, I hope this works. Okay, that's an error. URL is not defined. Okay, that's interesting. All right. URL is supposed to be request.query.url. Sorry, that was my fault. I just overlooked it. Okay, so let's try this. So the hash is like this. And what happens, what we should technically do here is, since this is going to be a custom thing, this is one-way hashing algorithm. So once you hash it, you won't be able to retrieve it back. So what I would generally do here is, for a faster, simple, dirty implementation, I would just go ahead and create an object. Like in Python, that's a dictionary. I'm going to use an object here. So const URLs. It's going to be a kind of a dictionary here. And what I would do is URLs of hash equal to the URL. Oh, request.query.url. And what you can do is, this is gonna show you something like, let's use the same thing. URL is this, and hash is going to be, hash is this, short link. This is actually not short link, by the way, is this slash go slash hash. Let's see if this actually works, at least to an extent. So if run it. So this is what is the short link. So what we need to do is we will be using something called as a dynamic parameters. So app.get slash go slash hash, the same song and dance request response. And by the way, this has to be already available to make this work. So that's also there. And there is a big risk of like two URLs can have the same link, same hash. So even that is possible. So if we try to do this, we just need to do rest.redirect. And we can do in two ways. If we need to find out whether this particular URL is available in the URLs, URLs req.params. We'll just do a redirect to just this one, because that's what we would have saved. Else, we are going to say rest.json, sorry, URL not found. And we should also send a status. So status will be 404. As simple as that. That's it. So that has been done. So let's try this out once again. So once we do this, this is the URL that we have got. So let's copy this URL and then let's try to, not this one, sorry. Let's try to copy this URL. Boom, it goes to my page. So if I try to do something else, which could be a valid one, let's do something like this. Sorry, URL not found. Not only that, this also shows a response of the server of 404, which means there is something wrong in that URL as well. So this is a simple implementation of redirect or URL shortener engines or something like that. So if you have a simple, very small URL, like let's say sh.co or something like that. So this is available for sale. So you can make a price quotation or something like that. And definitely sh.co is going to be costing you a fortune. And if you want to buy it, it will be like sh.co/go/this, and you'll be able to make it. And moreover, since this URL is so huge, what we can do is we can also try changing it in such a way that you don't need to save this hash to this level. So we can limit the hash size to like 5 characters or something like that. starts from 0 and the length is like, let's say 5 characters. That should actually work. So if I try to use the same thing again, so that's the hash 0f347. And if you use this one, it is going to do the same thing. So if I try to use the same URL once again, it's going to show me the same thing. So if I try to use another URL, it's going to show me BF544, which is completely a different one. And let's say google.com and send it over. It is F823, something totally different. So if we try to run these things, it's going to go correctly to the right ones. So if I try to use, let's say, Praveen.science, it's going to show me the same URL. So let's try this out as well. Cool, that works. So here's a very quick and simple implementation of like without using anything else. So this is a built-in thing. This is the API stuff that we use, and that was that. I hope that was quick, short, and sweet. So what do you think, Alex? I know you are a bit busy and you want to go check out the submissions.
No, I'm not checking submissions. I'm not in charge of that. But yeah, that was pretty quick and neat. I think, yeah, you can like expand on that a lot and create a bunch of things that you want.
We do have some comments from the viewers. Hello, Praveen. Hey, Anurag. Akanksha, I'm just a beginner for hackathon. I'm kind of landed on a new planet. Please guide me on how to start with a hackathon. Can I ask Alex to answer this question, if you're okay with it?
On the hackathon, I mean, just try to find like an idea for a project first and see what sort of field you can get into to start with that project, and just start expanding from there. Don't try to like study every single field in programming. Yeah, just try to start with one field, get knowledgeable in it, and then maybe expand to other fields if you're interested. Yeah.
And also I would say, like, start with something that you already know and then work on top of it, and then try to do something. So hackathon is always about teamwork and helping others in your team as well. So try to find a team where you can use your skills perfectly. So that is something which I would suggest on top of what Alex said. I hope it was helpful, Akanksha. So Vinith Gupta says, like, is the hash going to be unique? I gave the disclaimer already. No, it is not going to be unique, because MD5 hashes are, but if they are not unique, but at the same time, you know what, we can make it unique in such a way that when, if you have a small changes, then it would be completely unique, because the moment I remove the slash, the whole hash changed. And since we are taking only the first 5 characters, there is a very high possibility that non-unique URLs will be possible. A lot of non-unique URLs will be possible. So maybe we can do something like, if already this URL exists and this URL is not, this hash exists and this is not the same URL as before, in that point of time, you can actually do something else, like try to use a different hashing algorithm and then try to do this. So that is also possible. Or you can generate hashes on a random way. So that is another way of doing things. And that's it. So it's like 10-15 minutes and you have done with a URL shortener along with a fact teller. So thanks to Pratibha and Vinith, and both of them are giving the awesome ideas for us. And so that's the whole concept about hackathon, right? So think of something, try to do something, try to implement it. As long as it is working, that's it. Anything else? Any other questions?
Where I'm from like North America, like Canada, that's where hackathon's based at. It's like in North America, United States,
In
and Canada.
Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
really? That's yeah.
All the best. Which hackathon, by the way, just Kirat?
Cool.
That's awesome. That's really nice. And yeah, I do. Oh, it's a app like Spotify. That's cool. Any other questions? Anyone else? Thank you, Jaskirat. So, what do you think about this, Alex? From your work?
This is like, honestly, it was pretty neat and fast because like often when I attend to other people like trying to create something, they would like ramble about a completely different topic. So yeah, it's pretty neat that you went straight to the point. And yeah,
so now you are jumping to
yeah, I'm gonna start learning JavaScript soon once I have the time. Yeah.
So, and by the way, those two people, I have no clue who they are, and they just randomly came up. They randomly gave two ideas, and it was very easy to implement very quickly. So that's super cool, right?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Three of you, Pratibha, Vinith, and Jaski. Who was the other one? I guess it's Sudhir. Sudhir, three of you, please connect with me on LinkedIn. Send a quick message. I'm gonna give you 6 months of free Replit.
You guys better connect with him right now. That's amazing.
How about you, Alex? Do you want one as well?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, this is your chance. Yes or no?
Do you pay it yourself?
You don't need to pay anything. I'm sending you a coupon code.
Oh, coupon code. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Since Jaskirat asked once, I'm gonna give it to him as well. Sudhir says, till now I saw URL shortener and downloading online movies, software games as links. First time knowing it's a process how URL shortener is done. Okay, you're welcome. I'm glad that you learned something new. Hey, Kumaran. Nice. So thanks a lot for everyone joining in at the very short notice. And yep, everyone, whoever I mentioned, please connect with me on LinkedIn, get your goodies. And I hope everyone is happy now. Thanks, everyone. See ya.
See you guys.